So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to sign clients if you've been growing from referrals. Now, this is for agency owners who have a service already. This is for agency owners who have a team, a system to actually get results. They have case studies. They have everything there in the back end. The main limitation to their scale is just the acquisition. So you may have a lot of great results. You may have a lot of happy clients, but what you find because you are growing from referrals, you're growing from inbound, you're growing from word of mouth, you're finding that the revenue is very unpredictable. It's like a roller coaster. It's up one month, it's down another. It's very seasonal. And the thing is, you can't actually predict things, right? You can't actually predict when you'll get new cash flow, when you'll get new revenue. So it causes a lot of issues, right? A lot of our clients say the same thing. Honestly, this is what most of our clients say to us before they work with us, is that they have this unpredictable revenue. They don't know when they're going to get new bookings. When they do get bookings, it's not with, really the right people, not with the high budget people. When they do get new revenue, they don't know if they're going to be able to pay their team because it's so up and down. They can't actually make new hires and get themselves out of the day-to-day because they don't have the consistent revenue. So everything is stemming from not having predictable acquisition, right? Everything is stemming from not having predictable inflow. And because of that, they can't remove themselves from the day-to-day. They can't hire the best team members. They can't book consistent meetings. And they can't reach the goals that they want to reach. And many times they want to actually sell the agency. But the thing is, it's very difficult to sell a business that doesn't know how to get new business, right? So whatever you do sell it for, if you did sell it at this point, it's just going to be so much lower than what you would get if you had an acquisition system. So again, all these points that I mentioned, this is exactly what our clients say to us before they work with us. And this is the main problem that we solve. So what I want to do in this video is share exactly what we do for our clients who come to us who are growing from referrals, growing from inbound, and exactly what you can do to go from this state of unpredictable inflow to having predictable acquisition. When you know exactly when you're going to get new bookings, you make sure that these bookings are with qualified decision makers of high budget companies, how to predictably close these deals, and then how to actually build this system so that you have consistent inflow every single week, every single month, and you can predict your cash flows, you can hire new team members, you can get yourself out of the day-to-day, hire a sales team, whatever you want to do, sell the company, 4-hour work week, whatever it is, and then just have a happy life. And at the end of the video, what I'll also do is share how you can leverage these past results, these results that you've already gotten, how you can leverage this to be able to book over 200 meetings every single month using this system. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Ethan Welby. I'm the co-founder of Agency Growth Partner. Our business focuses on helping marketing agencies to scale up by building out predictable acquisition systems. And if you want more information on that, you can check the link in the description. Now, there's 3 things that I'm going to go through in this video, 3 steps. And if you follow these 3 steps, you will get the outcome. Firstly, it's an understanding of why the model right now isn't working. Secondly, it's collecting what you have already, collecting what you've done in the past that we can actually leverage. And thirdly, it is leveraging what we've collected to help you sign more clients predictably. Now, the first concept that I want to explain is that everything that isn't seen is useless, right? So you could have, and this is what I hear constantly on calls, agency owners tell me how great their team is, how great their service is, how great their delivery is, how great their customer support is, how great everything is, but it's hidden. Nobody can see it. It's almost like it's in the shadows. And the thing is, if a prospect can't see this from the outside, how are they going to know? How are they going to know how good your business is? And the thing is, you've put in all this work to build this fantastic infrastructure, but if nobody can see it from the outside, very few people are actually going to be able to experience it. So because everything that isn't seen is useless, it's the opposite that we need, in the sense that we need to show what you've already done. And the best way to do this for signing new clients is leveraging your past results. These are literally pieces of work explaining how you solve the biggest problem for these companies that you could do for other companies. When I was first getting this business off the ground and we were helping marketing agencies to get more clients, what I did was I made a massive mistake in that I didn't share any of the results that I got. I thought, it's going to seem salesy. I don't want to post content all the time. I don't think my clients will like it. They don't want to be in public. It's just not going to be good, right? I don't want to get bad attention, all this stuff. And what I did was I would get great results for my clients. The clients would be so happy. They would get bookings. They'd be closing deals, generating more revenue. And the thing is, I would just keep these results to myself. I literally would even keep a case study folder that I just wouldn't share. I had a Google Drive folder with all my case studies, and I didn't even share them. Think about how crazy that is. And the thing is, I would constantly go out prospect for new clients. I would get them onto calls, and then they would ask, like, what have you done in the past? And I would say, yeah, we helped this company, I helped this company, I helped this company. But I just said it. I didn't show it. So I was sitting on all these case studies that I just wasn't using because I thought it would be salesy. I thought my clients wouldn't like it. I thought, it'd be difficult. I didn't know how to share it. And once I started sharing it, it was like everything changed. And I'm still not even doing it enough now. This is like a good reminder that I need to do more of it. But once I started sharing it, I realized how quickly it can change, how quickly you can start getting results. Because once you start sharing your case studies, the people who really liked your content, or my content, for example, now they had proof. They had final proof that, okay, everything this guy is saying actually works. And now there's proof of it. Because now they can see that. Now they're like, okay, let me talk to the guy. Let's actually sign up and get started. And on the point of seeming salesy, on the clients not liking it, the clients actually didn't care, to be honest. They were happy. They got results. They were happy to have the case study shared. And secondly, in terms of feeling salesy about it, I just stopped feeling salesy about it, to be honest. But there wasn't actually some major shift that happened. I just started posting it and realized it wasn't a problem at all. So that is the first thing to understand, that everything that is not seen, right? Everything that is not seen is useless. Okay, so our job as marketers, as founders, as salespeople is to make known, right? Our job is to market what we have. Okay, so the first step to doing that is to collect outcome-based case studies. Okay, this is the first thing that you're going to do. So the reason that I say outcome-based case studies is because I see a lot of case studies from marketing agencies, and they're very fluffy, right? They're very, very fluffy case studies. And what I mean by fluffy is that it's just a lot of words, it's a lot of stuff, it's a lot of stuff about the founder, it's a lot about all these things, but not much about the results. Right, so they're talking about this company was founded in 1945 and they did this and it's a family-owned business, and no one actually cares about that, right? Your prospects actually don't care about it because the thing is they want to know what is the outcome that you generate for them. And then once they see the outcome, then it's like, okay, they'll do some more research. They'll care about whether it's family-owned or something. But until they see the outcome, there's no reason for them to care. So, for example, imagine you had a case study, right? And let's say you're English speaking and it was in French. Right? It'd be so pointless. It wouldn't resonate with your English speaking market because it's in French. And that's exactly how a lot of these agencies, that's how they present the case studies now. Now it's not in French, but it might as well be because they're talking about all this stuff that nobody actually cares about. So what you want to do is determine what was the major outcome of your case studies. And I'll tell you right now, if you're working with businesses, the most important thing about your case studies is the revenue generated. How are you contributing to the revenue for a company? So I'll make this very simple for you right now. What I want you to do is just take out a Google Sheet, make a column for the company name, the client name, so who you work with directly in terms of delivering these results, then the revenue outcome, the time frame for getting this revenue outcome, and then additional benefits, right? So you're going to have those 5 columns at the top. And then what I want you to do is go through your best case studies and get let's say 10 to 20 of them, and just list out the company name, the person you work with, what was the revenue outcome that you helped them to generate, what was the time frame, and then what were the additional benefits. And I'll tell you how these would look in a minute. But the reason that I use these columns is because these are the things that matter. The honest truth is that if what you're doing and you're helping businesses is not contributing to a revenue outcome, it's going to be very difficult to sell. And the reason that it's more difficult to sell is honestly because it's less desirable, right? It's purely just less desirable in the sense that if someone could generate revenue directly, or someone could do something else but not actually generate revenue and it's the exact same price, it's like you would go with the one that generates revenue. So it's actually something to consider. It's actually something to look at in the business right now, just to evaluate, is our service actually contributing to business growth? Is it actually contributing to something meaningful? And it's not to say this in an offensive way, it's purely just from the standpoint of acquisition. Because what we've found is that in acquisition, the more tangible, the more specific, the more revenue-based, in terms outcome-based the offer can be, your delivery can be, the more effective it is in signing clients and in booking meetings, in sales, in everything, right? So That's what we look for in, working with our clients right now. If that is the case right now, then I'd recommend just checking the link down below and then see if you can book a time with me. If there's any spots available, we could potentially talk about how we can restructure the way you position your offer. But either way, back to the point. So now you have these 5 columns. What you want to do is fill this out for 10 to 20 of your past clients. And in the revenue outcome, put the revenue outcome. In the time frame, put how long it took, whether this is 30 days, 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, whatever it took. And then in the additional benefits, in the additional outcome section, what I want you to do is list other outcomes which are secondary to revenue. So for example, if you run SEO and you generated this many leads, put that there as well. If you do email marketing and you generated this many new list subscribers, put that there. If you are doing branding work and you help them generate an extra 1 million followers on Instagram, you can put that there too. So any other additional tangible benefit, you can put there as well. So make sure you do this right now. Save this video, whatever it takes. I promise you, doing this will be one of the most valuable things that you can do if you're growing from referrals right now, because it's going to be the foundation for everything. And this is actually the first exercise that we make all of our clients do before they even are allowed to work with us once they start being onboarded. Now, the next step, and actually the final step, is in marketing your case studies, marketing your past results. And there's 2 ways to do this. The first is inbound marketing and the second is through outbound marketing. Now, again, like I was mentioning at the beginning, I didn't want to do this. Right? I didn't want to market the case studies for whatever limiting belief reasons. I didn't want to do it. But once I did start doing it and I created some video case studies, everything shot up. Massive, massive returns. So as you might have seen on my page, I have some video case studies, I have some sales assets, I have a lot of videos. And as soon as I did this, everything changed. So again, don't worry about it. It will be fine. Make sure you do this. So what I want you to do now is go through your case study sheet, the one that we just created. And what we're going to do is try and either schedule an interview with these clients. Okay. And in this interview, what we're going to do is we're going to ask them some specific questions and we're going to figure out where they were before working with you, where they are after working with you, and what you did to help them bridge that gap. Right. So you're going to be asking specific questions to root out their past situation, their desired situation, and then, what you did to bridge that gap. And by doing that, you're going to be creating an incredibly relatable and engaging asset that's going to sell for you on autopilot for the rest of your life. It is insane in terms of the ROI that you'll get from something like this. And the reason it's so effective is because all the things that they were going through, your past client, all the problems that they were facing, all the goals that they wanted, it's going to be the same throughout their niche, right? Their company is not very unique from another company doing the exact same thing. So they're going to want the same things in terms of, for example, with marketing agencies, right? I speak to them every single day. I speak to them more than my own family. So in terms of marketing agencies, they want predictable bookings. They want predictable revenue. They want predictable acquisition. They want to remove themselves from the day-to-day. They want automated acquisition, automated delivery. They would just want a well-functioning, well-oiled system that generates, new revenue at scale predictably, right? Some people might want things differently. Some people might want to stay in the day-to-day. Some people might want to have a worse business. I don't know. Throughout most of the agencies that I speak to, they want the same thing. And that's fine. So the thing is, once you create your videos, your video case study interviews, you can leverage this for every single person who's similar that you speak to in the future, right? And again, there's a lot that goes into this. If you want more information on how we can do this, just book a time below. And then I can walk you through how we do this for our current clients. I could also give you the SOP, the process on how to do this and some questions. But regardless, so schedule those with your past clients, right? That's ideal option number 1. If you absolutely can't, and don't just say you can't because you don't feel like it or you think they might be busy. If you absolutely can't, like these past clients are literally on the moon or something, right? If they're not on the moon, you could probably still do it. So make sure you get those done. But if you absolutely can't for whatever reason, and the reason has to be valid, right? The reason actually has to be valid. But if you can't, you can also just make a social post doing this. So for example, taking, some pictures of the founder, picture of you and them on a call, just like a screenshot on Zoom, or a picture of their website, or the picture of like the returns from your advertising, something like that, some tangible measure of what you got for them in terms of results. And just make a little post on, for example, LinkedIn, on Instagram, whatever you use, and just explain, what you did for them, right? You could even make a little page on your website and explain all this. And you just want to talk about what were their problems before working with you, what did you do to solve these problems, and what was their situation after that. And the key is once you create this, you actually need to use it, right? You actually need to use this proactively. So right now, if you make these posts, if you make these videos, you can post it on your website, put it on your LinkedIn, people will see it, and you might even get some results from that alone. Actually, you definitely can. But besides that, we want to be proactive with it. So firstly, create these, get the interviews, record it on Zoom. It's very easy to do. Record it, get it done, and then make the post, put it up. And then what I'll do next is share how you can use it in outbound. Now, this is how we get results extremely quickly for our clients. And it's leveraging these in outbound, leveraging case studies in outbound. Because with outbound, we can choose exactly who we want to target and when we want to target them. With inbound, we put it out there, but it's kind of like, I'll let LinkedIn decide who it gets to. But with outbound, it's like, no. I'm picking this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and we're just getting the emails to them. So what we're going to do is firstly, take our case studies, take your case study spreadsheet. If you haven't done that, do that. So what we're going to do here is leverage it in our outbound campaign. So again, take out your case study spreadsheet. And what we're going to do is take the outcomes, right? So we're going to take the revenue outcome, we're going to take the time frame, and we're going to take the secondary outcomes. And this is very close to how we create scripts for our clients. This is how we create scripts that book hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meetings every single month, right? So pay attention because this works very, very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a script that we're going to use in outbound messaging, whether that's LinkedIn, Instagram, email, whatever it is, and we're going to use it and it's going to be very, very effective. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to take these case studies, okay? We're going to take the data, and what we're going to do is we're going to find a lead list. You can do this. I have other videos explaining how to do that. I'll link that as well. So that video will explain how to do that, or you can just find them on LinkedIn or whatever other platform that you use. So once we have people to reach out to, we're going to create messaging based on your case studies, all right? And this is how you do it. So all we're going to do is we're going to find people similar to your past case studies. Let's say you helped a manufacturing company in the past. What we're going to do is we're going to reach out to other manufacturing company owners. And the thing is, because we figured out who we work with, who the decision makers are in the past, we had a column for that, who the decision maker was. Because we found that out, we're only going to reach out to people who meet that criteria. So only people in manufacturing, only people who are, let's say, the CMO or CFO, whatever yours is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create messaging based on the case study. So we're going to say, hey, first name, we just helped the client name in terms of the company name that you put in the case study sheet. We just helped company name to generate revenue amount that you took from the spreadsheet. We just helped company name to generate an extra this much in revenue in this time frame, while secondary benefit, secondary benefit, secondary benefit. Would you be open to getting onto a call to discuss how we could potentially do the same for you? That's it. And you know how effective that is? Very, very effective. Because it's straight to the point. He could easily say no if he didn't want it. It's no spam. It's exactly what he wants to hear because it's a desired outcome. It's secondary benefits. It's a clear time frame. It's exactly the type of company that he works in. It's very similar. So it's perfect, right? It's literally perfect. And if you send this to enough people, you will get results. I guarantee it. So then once you start getting bookings, what you want to do is, now that you have the video case studies, which you should, use them by sending it to the person before the call takes place. So you'll already have this on your website, on your LinkedIn, all of that. But just in case they didn't see it, when they do book in, what you want to do is send these videos to them, send these case studies to them, so that once they do get onto the call, before they get onto the call, they'll be warmed up, right? They'll be warmed up in the sense that they know what you do, they know who you've helped, they know that you are actually good at what you do. And then once you do take the call, it'll be so much easier to close. And that is how you leverage these case studies in your outbound, right? And that's it. It's very, very simple to do. It's just a matter of making things that you've already done seen, right? So at this point, you have the case study document. You have all that tracked. You have 10 to 20 of your clients, more ideally. You're scheduling the video interviews. You've collected them. You've recorded them. You've made them into a nice video. And if you want some examples, again, book a call. I'll show you some examples of how to actually do it. And then now you have the assets. Now you're reaching out to people using these case study documents. And because of that, you're getting new bookings. The bookings that do come in, you're sending these assets to them. Every booking that you do take is going to be so much easier. They're going to be more likely to show, and everything's going to be better. And now you're going to be signing clients predictably, because all you need to do is keep following this process, keep sending new messages over and over, and you will consistently get bookings and consistently sign clients. And then it's just a matter of tracking your numbers and knowing what it takes to get more. And this is the exact process that we do for our clients right now, except we just take care of every single step, because I know this can take a long time. It can take a lot of work. Founders are usually pretty busy. So if you want more info on that, you can just check the link below. But either way, this is everything that you need to sign clients using what you have already. And if you don't use it with what you have already, then you probably just did not do what I said in this video. So I hope that you implement this. I really do. And either way, if you enjoyed this video, I have a lot more explaining similar things in terms of booking more meetings, signing more clients, making sales. And either way, if you liked it, subscribe for more, and I will talk to you in the next one.